The Sex Ed with Tim podcast is recorded on the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people. We acknowledge that Toronto is covered by Treaty 13, signed with the Mississaugas of the Credit, and the Williams Treaty, signed with multiple Mississaugas and Chippewa bands.
You're listening to Sex Ed with Tim.
Oh, fuck me. Okay, I need a minute. Whew. You know what? This is gonna be in the B-roll. This is gonna be in the fucking blooper.
I'm so excited. This
thing.
is so like I did a podcast for 5 years called Tinder Tales, and being hungover is like you see if you can just do it on automatic. You're like, yeah, that's so crazy. Wow.
Yep.
No way.
Yeah. It's not like riding a fucking bike, David. Oh,
do you have water
Christ.
near you? Jeez.
It looks like water, but it doesn't smell like water.
Hell yeah. No, smart.
Let's see what this is. It's always nice to know what I'm not drinking. Okay. Fuck. Take goddamn two.
The deep breathing too, the sighing.
All right.
Welcome to Sex Ed with Tim. I'm David Piccolomini.
There you go. He's the host now, not me. All right, for real, scene. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. I'm your host, Tim, certified sex educator. I identify as a chaotic homosexual, and my dick may be small, but I can lick the crumbs out of a Pringles can. Sure, I guess.
I'm enjoying the tongue to tip ratio.
Yeah. It's huge. It's a wide gap. I'm trying to bridge the orgasm gap for our audience, you know?
I do like the idea that you can, I like the idea you can blow yourself, but it's just because your tongue is so long.
Yep.
Alright, fair
Like a fucking snake.
I don't need to get ribs, I just need to get these couple molars removed.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. Somebody better wire my jaw shut after this. Dear God.
Spoken like a man who's really been enjoying the month of June.
Truly? Honestly? I am prided all the fuck out, David. I am so done. I took like 3 dicks this last weekend, and all in one day. I am tired.
As an ally, I'm like not getting laid. You know, just in support.
Oh, to stand in solidarity with us?
Those pussies should be going down their pussies this month. I will stay out.
I was actually about to ask, like, how do you identify? But I guess that says it all.
Yeah, no, I identify as, well, so I'm annoying in that I'm poly, so I'm like on part of the plus that people don't like to acknowledge.
Oh God, you're born straight.
No, I know, exactly.
Fucking breeder.
Yeah. It's, I mean, listen, it's honestly, based on my comedy and who I interact with, it would be so much better for my career if I was gay.
Honestly, I think you would. Just try it out one time. Be queer. Try being queer. It's fun.
Listen, it's not better. God, I wish it was like that I was like scared of it or something. It just doesn't seem like, although my friend has the best argument I've ever heard. It just doesn't work. Which is, he's like, just get an, yeah, seriously, I'm a huge dork. No, my friend has the best argument. He's like, just get an orgasm from someone of the same sex as you, and you'll be surprised what you will do after that to get that again.
You know what? Yeah, with gay men, oh shit. You know, the things that we'll do to get some more dick, even if it's out of a straight guy.
That's a whole game. That's like is that just like, guys, it's very easy to fuck each other, so you're like, wait, we gotta get this challenge back. I gotta feel like I've won someone over.
Honestly, it just feels a little too easy, or maybe I'm too easy, but it really is just routine handshakes at this point.
Nobody else has an app called Grindr.
That's true. That is true. Whereas y'all get like Tinder,
Field,
Bumble, I guess.
Field. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm on that thing.
Field's great. I love Field. That's the well, okay. Comparatively to Grindr, no chance.
No. Feels okay. I don't feel it as much. Haha. That joke. Boom. I'm just so goddamn out of my mind. I tried to take an edible because I thought it would be a smart thing to get sober.
No, dude, you're just hungover and high then. That's what happens. Yeah. Thoughts are 10 times harder while hungover and high.
Yeah, but I'm gonna try to keep it semi-professional. But then again, whoever said that Sex Ed with Tim is professional in any sense?
We've based on what we've talked about, this isn't about being professional.
Nope. Not one bit. I didn't even get a chance to give you an introduction, so let me get that out of the way. Folks, if you're listening right now, there's a really handsome, sexy guy on my screen. He's funny. He's a podcast host of Tinder Tales, bottle episodes. He's like cute. Not like in a Ryan Reynolds way, but like in a Me Too kind of way. Sorry, that was awful.
I don't know. Jesus, you could. I think I'm just kidding. Just say I look like a straight white guy. That's just say that's what you, because that's a stereotype. That's offensive.
Yeah, there you go. I've got a straight white guy on my podcast, as we have done so many times because we represent diversity here on the show.
As you bully them. My name is Dan. I can't be looking. No, I'm kidding. It is David. Don't worry.
Oh my god. Well, David, I fucked that up. How are you?
I'm great. Haven't been date raping. That's been good.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a nice bar to reach.
Yeah, that is the thing for straight guys. The bar is so low. It's incredible how much, if you could just do like above the minimum, you're in a pretty good space.
Yeah. If you're just a decent fucking human being.
Not even that decent, just above the minimum. I've been, I don't know, I had to do, so my dad got sober. He's been sober for the past 3 years, which is great. After the past, 40 of fucking it up. But and so he's a better person now, but he's still like at this point he is doing the minimum, and I am part of my job is to remind my family is like he is just doing the minimum. That's just so much higher than he's ever been. So we can be excited, but please remember he's doing the minimum.
He's par for the course when it comes to sobriety.
Honestly, the fact that he's not drinking is crushing it on the scale of it.
Awesome! I didn't go out to the beer store and buy any
I told those hooker jokes sober somehow. Weird. It's so weird how many of those he's still telling. It's weird how much sobriety did not make my dad a better person. It just made him just slightly more reliable.
Wow, is that what we're going to be talking about now, David? You're just dumping your right out of the gate on our show. Trauma bonding here.
That's much more comfortable. Nobody likes when guys have daddy issues.
A guy with daddy issues?
It's so funny. If I put that on dating apps, so women hate that. They're like, ugh, no, I'm supposed to have that. Not you. Gross.
Well, you know what? Since you brought it up, let's talk about your dating life, because you talk a lot about that, like, on your specials and your Tinder Tales.
So I did the podcast for 5 years, and it was basically I met basically my online date. I started online dating when I was like 13, so technically. Like, I was like on AOL chat rooms, just like being like, hey, what's up, ASL? What's up? What are you guys doing? Like, there's a moment where you realize that you've definitely just sent your dick out to like a lot of pedophiles at a certain point. I don't know, like.
Oh no. There's some old man out there still jacking
I don't know, unless I happen to actually be sexting with that porn star. But, you could trick a kid. They don't know. They're just like, wow, that's the hottest woman I've ever seen.
Sure. I'm trying to find a way to make pedophile jokes, but no, not. I don't know how to make fun of pedophiles.
I mean, they work just as hard as the rest of us, putting their AOL CDs in. No, it's fucked. It's really sad. The whole
13 years old.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, so I grew up religious, so like there was no outlets for it. I was also 4'7", so like no one was trying to even like remotely kiss this. It was just like I looked like a kid. Weirdly enough, only pedophiles.
Oh no.
I did though. I looked like a 9-year-old at like 13, 14. It was like a weird thing. It was like so like online was the place where it was like, hey, you kind of don't know what I look like. I can take some pictures. What's up? It's me.
I mean, you do got that baby face.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, I'm 45.
45, you said?
No, I'm 33.
My name's Tim.
Yeah, sorry. You can't project all of your insecurities on how I look like I must have it all together from afar.
Yeah, no. My dick went soft when you said 33. Oh God. Not
the Christ era.
It's just my daddy issues coming to the surface. Yeah. Well, like how was it that like you were like 13 years old on these chat rooms, and like what did you get like something out of it?
Oh yeah, I mean, I assume it wasn't just me talking to like. I don't know. Like it was just like you would talk to people, and there were some girls, and like I thought they were all girls. You just kind of cold call your way through a group of AOL screen names, hoping the ones that look like girl names are girls. And then and so like it was
Tennessee
honestly
Chick 619.
Yeah, you're like yeah, guy's not naming himself Sun Lily, probably. I don't know.
Pretend to be a different ethnicity altogether, like you're Brazilian.
I'm fucking great. Yeah, sure. That's where I'm gonna judge. But I mean, my sexting game is still pretty good. I have a pretty good sexting game. I've definitely, this is a whole wide different story. This is a Tinder Tales failure. I was on the road in, Wisconsin, Minnesota and Wisconsin. I think those are next to each other. And, not Minnesota, Minneapolis. No, that was Minnesota. God, I wish I was high. Or hungover. That would be an excuse. But anyway, so I was in one of those states. I matched with a girl there, and we were texting back and forth. But then I was leaving town, and it didn't work. But through sexting, I actually got them to come to a show 2 hours away. Like a week later, when I was nearby on the other side, she was like, "Yeah, I want to cut." But
I want to read the sext.
I don't have them any. Listen, we'll sext after the show. It's fine. Just for professional courtesy.
Sure. Thanks. Just what I need.
You will have to pretend to have a clit. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of that. I mean, I guess I could translate. I'll figure it out. But so then she goes to meet up with me. I'm doing the opening set. So I'm talking with her after the show. It's going great. The other comic leaves because she's just going to take me 20 minutes to the hotel. He's like, I'm going to go to a bar. Text you when you guys are done, I guess. And then as we're talking, something came up about trans issues, and this was like 3-4 years ago before it became as hot button as it is. And she all of a sudden she said something about that, and then just kept going. And it turns out she's a hardcore Republican.
Oh no!
We matched in Minneapolis, so my radar's not even ready for it there, because that's like the one bastion in the frozen north that gets to like say chill. And so I wasn't even like ready for any of that.
No, I was wondering if you still fucked her.
So here's what she was my ride to the hotel. So I'm not gonna try and figure out 20 minutes in the Wisconsin frozen north trying to get back to my hotel. She's my ride. Turns out though, after 2 beers, she's drunk, and so now like she probably had one while I was on stage or something. We had 2 beers like after the show or whatever, and she was drunk, and I'm like, she let me drive. She's like, you're not fucking driving my car, and there's snow, and I'm freaking out at this point, and I'm like, oh no. We make it there. It's okay. But she pulls up to the hotel and she parks. And I was like, okay, well, thank you. And she's like, oh, am I not invited in? I was like, I didn't think you wanted to come. She's like, yeah, no, I want to fuck you. I don't want to date you. And I was like, all right, that's
That's not a problem at all.
It's like, okay, well, like, I mean, I guess, like, you seem to have a much stronger, you have a lot more hate than I do about this. If you're willing to fuck me, I get, like, I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh my god, I wonder who it was better for, you or her?
Oh, no, neither of us are good for this situation. This is not a situation of people being good. This is a situation of people being horny in the woods.
Would you do it again? Would you fuck another Republican again?
It was so bad. It was so bad. It was awful. We didn't even actually technically have sex because she started jerking me off, and it was a terrible jerk. It was a terrible hand job. Like, the joke version. No, I wish it was limp. Too hard. Very for someone who hated trans people. It felt like she was trying to pull my dick off.
I'll show you, trans.
Yeah, it was like, yeah. But then I'm like, let's go to a point. Let's get a blowjob. Yeah, let's go. Let's get the hands out of it. Let's go to mouth and like teeth. It was not like. And then we ended up, she just ended up crying because she felt like she was bad at it and then had like a breakdown. She left in the middle of the night and I got pulled over for drunk driving.
Oh no.
And then she got out of it because she's a cute white girl, and the cops were like, yeah, just get home. So she got out of that. But then it was really funny afterwards, talking to her, like, when she tried to yell at me about this, I was like, how do you not realize there's white privilege? You should be in jail. How did you miss that?
At least there's a level of awareness.
Not for her. No, not for her. She did not.
Not for her. No, not at all. Oh my god. So a similar thing happened to me where I was hooking up with a guy, and he's super hot, great dick, great kisser, but like the entire time he was fucking me, he kept Fox News on. Yeah, and it was specifically Tucker Carlson.
Oh, the anti-Viagra. Tucker Carlson's face looks like a soft dick.
Yeah, it looks like when it's just coming out of the foreskin.
Yeah. Like a turtle afraid to show off a haircut.
Yeah, like a little tortoise that's just like, is it safe to come out yet? No. I'm gonna stay here. But anyways, he came during Tucker Carlson.
For the record, putting the news on at all during sex is gross. Why do you need facts and information right now? C-SPAN stays on while we fuck.
Oh my god, imagine just like talking about the 2016 election as pillow talk right after we had sex.
That happened on dates. That was a first round date question. That was like, hey, I like this person a little bit. Let's make sure that we both don't like Trump, or like that would be the like. It was always on dates because it was like, and I think I've started to understand this more. Like people like talk about like with guys like being like women not being as slutty or whatever, and it's like if you're pretty sure you're not going to come, you will only fuck better people. If I'm not going to come, I would not go home with the Republican.
Yeah, shit. But you know what? I have the best sex with the worst people. I don't know what it is, but like the more shitty they are, the hotter it is.
Oh, it's because how do you get to keep being a piece of shit if you don't have anything of value to offer? That's like people talk about like friend zone stuff and everything, and it's like guys usually can act like an asshole because they keep getting away with it. That's usually what it is. If I could make you shut up by being like suck my dick, we're not gonna get to like how to make me a better person.
Oh my god, if a guy was an asshole to me, I'd be like, oh please just use my asshole. So I have a shirt that says, don't bully me, I'll come.
Yeah. I also can't tell the difference between good and bad attention.
Like, are you flirting with me? Or, like, are you genuinely trying to insult me? Because I'll come either way.
But people don't, like... Oh, I totally lost it. Never mind. Skip it. Go on. Edit it out.
And I'm gonna keep all the bloopers in here. You know that.
Yeah. No, it's I love what Weed's done for me personally. Like in so many ways, my memory just like I'll have it in my second, and the second it goes away, it's just gone into the abyss.
I do not have any more brain cells left. Clearly, by the quality of this conversation. I'm borrowing a brain cell from my friend.
You're doing great. You're doing great. And I've been doing a lot of push-ups, so I can carry this conversation as much as we need.
Perfect. Amazing. I always need a big, strong man to carry shit for me. I'm a feminist until there's a spider in the room. Like, I'm so small.
I'm a feminist, especially when there's a spider in the room. I'm like, you get it, please. I'm scared. You're so strong, woman.
Oh my god. But like, is that really the worst date that you've been on?
No. I've been on worse dates. I've been on that one was bad for sure, but there was the one where I was on a date with this girl, and after like a drink and a half, she came out. She was like, "Can I tell you a secret?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she just whispered in my ear, and she's like, "I'm suicidal all the time."
What?
Yeah, which is the reaction a lot of people have going on dates with me.
I'd rather kill myself than go home with this guy. Oh no.
She said all the time. And then I had to just get her out of, I was like, okay, you're trapped. Like, I was like, and she lived walking distance from the place. That's why I was like, this is going to be a flirty secret. Nope, this is going to be a weird, I have some rope. This is a different use of rope than I wanted to for that night.
You're pushing rope at that point. Oh, the moment she says, I'm suicidal all the time.
Yeah, it's like, have you heard of shibari? God. We can make your hands not move. Take a news and turn it into shibari is super dark.
Jesus Christ. Who opens up with that line that like, I'm suicidal all the time? Like, yes, say more about your mental health, because nothing gets me harder than that.
Well, so what it was is, and it was a thing where I was like, like she was being very introverted, so I was like, you can talk about stuff, it's fine. And then I was like, oh, that explains why you're not telling people snakes.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Well, how did you break it off?
No, I walked her home. Because she was hammered at that point from like, it was like a drink and a half. Or no, that's what it was. It was like a drink and a half. She said the suicide thing, and then I was like, let's do a shot. But I didn't realize after, like, she had a beer and like half a cocktail or something, and I was like, we're gonna be fine with the shot. And she was trashed. And I was like, all right, walk you home. Failed. And then,
well, you're a gentleman.
I mean, it was one of those things where it was weird. It was weird because it was like I was trying to get her home. It didn't look like it because I was just like, oh no, she's trashed already. This is, how do we do this in an hour? But then I was like, let me walk you upstairs because I don't want you falling up the stairs or whatever. And she's like, no. And I was like, okay, but can you get in? And then someone else pushed the door, but she ran it and scramble crawled up the stairs. I watched her get in her door,
like, and crawling, like The Ring.
Yeah, like The Ring on speed, like on fast forward. And then she messaged me on Bumble. She was like, "Hey, I just vomited a bunch," and unmatched me. And I was like, "Great, got it."
Delicious, love that. Oh my God. So that is definitely a date for the records.
That was a pretty bad one.
Yeah, shit. Well, how about some good ones? Like, do you have any good memorable dates?
Good memorable dates. It's so weird because the good ones always just feel like bragging.
Do it.
No. I'm just saying, but I'm just not used to talking about them. That's what I mean. I'm just not used to talking about I mean, like, one of the best dates I ever had was the second date I had with my ex. The first date was very okay, and then like a week later we went on a date, and I just remember because it was one of my favorite things I've ever said. She was like, "Is this your move?" And I was like, having a really great conversation with someone. No, that's not a move you can play. I wish that was a move.
You mean being genuinely interested in you as a person is apparently a pickup line?
To be fair, that just means she's as skeptical as I am, which is very romantic to me. She's like, what are you pulling right now? And I'm like, great, cool, because you feel it too. Then great. I don't know. I can tell you the basics of a really good date for me, because I'm very antagonistic. Yeah, if by the end of the date someone's playfully telling me to fuck off, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have a great time. Like in general.
What does that mean? Playfully telling you to fuck off? Like, fuck off.
Yeah, like, oh, fuck you. Because I get it. Because that means you're comfortable enough to, like, actually go to ball busting and other things. It's, I don't know. I've been working on kind of a general theory of, like, love and dating. I don't know how to put it. Because
it's the sense of humor, man.
Well, sure. No, sense of humor is great. But sense of humor is one version of showing a lot, or that's a delivery system. That's why comedy changes so much and everything, is because it's to make people laugh. But that's a delivery system. It's like how you can say something with a plate of food if you deliver it right. If you put something, put everything together in it. But I think love really gets based down to like three concepts of like sex, intimacy, and romance. And really, romance is like where we all try and start to show that we'll be good at the other two. But it's just because that's the most surface level, it's the easiest one to show, and like show that you generally know the basic decorum of how to exist in society or whatever. But really, like the fuck you and other things like that show intimacy, which is so much better. Like personally for me, I found that if the intimacy is really good and the sex is really good, romance shows up automatically almost. Like you're like, because you want to do stuff for a person who makes you feel really special and taken care of and makes you come. You'll do almost anything for them. Just ask a e-girl.
I'm willing to do butt stuff, and that's the most romantic thing someone can offer. Upgrade from over the shirt stuff to
wow, man, over the shirt. I mean, now you're just bragging about dick size at that point if it's over the shirt.
Oh man, nothing gets me harder than just like someone touching my clavicle. That's it. Nothing beyond
just
that.
You're into choking, dude.
I've been doing the show for like 3 years. I'm pretty sure my audience knows that I'm into choking. I've done everything and anything under the sun at this point. You know what? No, I've jinxed myself now.
I was gonna say I'll ask about some anythings because I'm curious. Like sounding.
Yeah, I've done that. Not for me.
Okay. I'm curious. What is it?
It was a little too medical.
Okay, it feels very like it feels like a medical procedure.
Like a catheter.
Ooh, yeah. That's fair. Maybe if you just breathed into it more. You just gotta breathe into it. Yeah. People don't know this, but the G-spot is actually right above the shaft inside. You just have to get it.
Everyone, the opinions of David Piccolomini do not reflect that of Sex Ed with Tim, certified sex educator.
David Piccolomini is not a medical scientist.
With the American Board of Sexology.
Doctor.
The G-spot is definitely within the urethra of a penis.
Yeah, men get 2 G-spots.
Yeah, make it 2 G-spots. God really blessed us when he gave us 1 and 2, both being extremely difficult to reach.
Yeah, you get 1 finger, 1 sounding rod, and you press them together. Make them kiss.
And then, take a screenshot.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly.
Oh my God. Jesus Christ. I don't know where to go from here.
We get it, you're hungover.
I know, exactly.
We'll be right back after this commercial break.
Yes!
Hey, you sick motherfuckers! I've got a special treat for you. Need a new toy to spice up your sex life? Head over to loveshop.ca/sexedwithtim and get yourself a cock ring, a dildo, a vibrator, or even a life-sized sex doll. Damn, I guess love really does come in all shapes and sizes. Get 15% off your entire order when you use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout. They're shipping to all of Canada and the United States because North America is horny. That's loveshop.ca/sexedwithtim and use code SEXEDWITHTIM for 15% off your entire purchase. Happy orgasm! Do you like feeling sexy and looking sexy? Of course you do. Only my listeners are sexy as fuck. I have partnered with fetishwear designer Dale Kuda to bring you the hottest deals on custom jockstraps, harnesses, hats, and more. Head over to dalekuda.com, that's DALEKUDA.com, and use code SEXEDWITHTIM at checkout for 25% off the entire store. Yeah, you heard me. 25% off. And cherry on top, free shipping. Oh my god. I have a few of the stuff that he has made for me, and girl, I'm wearing it right now. I'm wearing like a little jockstrap so that I could easily just like slip a little butt plug or dildo every now and then here and there, and I'm on the train, I'm just like, thank you, Dale. That's dalekuda.com with the code SEXEDWITHTIM for 25% off your entire purchase with free shipping. With a deal like that, I swear I could come buckets, honey.
The show is about to begin.
Yes.
Well, okay, hold on. Let me ask about your comedy career. How long have you been in comedy for?
So I've been doing comedy now 11 years. I started I'm from Delaware, but I started in Philly because there's not really a scene in Delaware, and then went from there to New York.
Very diverse of you.
Yeah. Just slowly making my way up the East Coast.
That's you're the B part of LGBT, bi-coastal.
No, I'm one coast. I've stayed on one coast my whole life.
I have no idea what.
You don't know where Delaware is. I forgot you're from Canada.
I don't know where anything is.
Delaware is it's on the East Coast. It's like 45 minutes to an hour from Philadelphia. And then New York is like 2 hours from there.
You're saying English cities?
Yeah, well, your listeners have figured it out. I'll tell you that.
Everyone please Google and send me a map or something, a screenshot. Listen, I can be gay or smart, but never both.
Oh no, you be having sex with women watching the news as you have sex?
Yeah. And then I'll I'll talk about NASA and space and deep ocean stuff and science, and then have sex with a woman, and then after that I can be gay and be like, duh.
I like you go from NASA to NSA.
Exactly. Oh my god. Boom, caught it. So okay, I'm wondering then, as a comedian, do you ever get any chuckle fuckers when you're touring?
Yeah, less though than you'd think, but I think it's my fault. Because, and by I think, I mean I'm pretty sure, I'm 100% sure it's my fault. Because my favorite joke that I do was a joke I wrote about the time I got chlamydia. And over time, that joke is now turned into an 8-minute bit about STDs. And let me tell you, most of the country will not want to fuck you if you talk about STDs for 8 minutes and why it's not a big deal. Because
okay,
no, and I'm with you. I see where, because that's the whole joke, is about how the stigma around it is way worse than actually getting one. And I know that because I've had chlamydia twice, and if it was so bad, I would have learned my lesson the first time.
Oh, only twice? Come on. I've had that clap so many times, it's more like an applause. Come on.
First of all, that's gonorrhea.
Oh, whatever. Like I said, gay, smart, one or the other. I'm a certified sex educator, but I never claimed to be a good one.
I was like, yeah, I didn't mean to. That's the joke about, but because people say that, and yeah, if you get the clap once, it's called that, but if you get it a bunch of times, doctors call it an applause break.
Yeah, that's it. The intermission.
Yeah, it's an intermission. You got to take an intermission. But yeah, no, so I do, it's 8 minutes talking about STDs though, and I've watched women just go, they're like, I can't risk that with this. I don't, it's, you can be so sex positive, you stop getting laid from it.
Oh my, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think that even say the Germans, who are known for doing everything and anything under the sun, they've done so much sex stuff that they're just miserable and are not having sex anymore.
Really?
I mean, at least with the Germans I've been with, it seems like they need more extreme stuff to like be satisfied. That's why they're so fucking miserable.
Oh, interesting. I could see that. I mean, there's a lot of like the way like the U.S. handles gender is like so far behind most of like European countries in that way. 0% good at it. But then it's reassuring when like, but I mean, I guess there's all the benefits and differences of like once you start solving problems or figuring them out, then you're left with this listless wandering of what next? How do I go past this?
Right. Yeah. Like what else is left to cross off my bucket list?
I mean, you strike me as a huge slut. As one myself, that's why I would say. There's a level. I don't know. I think I'm having sex less because I'm having, or like, it's easier to tell when someone's bad at it if you've had a lot or inexperienced.
Yeah. What to you is bad sex though?
Like there's the emotional connection and all that other stuff that goes into it, but I think we forget about the technical, like just the technical skill set of if you have a lot of sex with a lot of different people, you will get better at sex as a whole. As a group of holes.
Good one.
Thanks. But in terms of that, like you will just get better. Like I've had sex with enough people that it's like you start to figure out like, oh, this is kind of where everyone like. Not like there's a really funny joke that this comedian Anya Vols has that's like whenever she hooks up with a guy for the first time, she can always tell exactly where his ex-girlfriend's clitoris was because they just go there automatically. That's like the first place they go. They just try like immediately. It's like, oh yeah, you're not having sex with your ex. And like I think there's a level of like technical, like there's a lot of technical skills to sex that people just don't even think about. Like, and if you like, I guess my general thing is if I start getting bad head immediately, I'm like, well, I'm going to take control of this. I'm going to be in control of this situation for a lot of it.
Like, if they start to bite down and, like, chomp it off, that's probably the sign of a bad blowjob. Sure.
Well, yeah, obviously. You know, if you're missing the head of your penis at the end of the blowjob, it was a bad one. That actually will claim I am a doctor and will tell you that was medical advice.
If you're missing a part of your body during sex, it's probably time to call 911.
Or it's really good.
Yeah. So good that they had to take a bite out of it.
Oh, well, yeah, like if you don't notice until the end.
Yeah. Damn. How hard do you come that you don't even feel?
You just shoot the head off. It's like a I've been edging for 75 hours.
Damn. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I agree though. That's great sex, like the connection, communication, intimacy.
But like all of that stuff makes great sex. But I would say like good sex a lot of times is like through like when you have sex with somebody, you're like, oh, you're good at this. There's a tell. I don't know. It's hard to fully explain it, but it's just there's a level. They're not thinking about it.
Yes, you're not in your head about it. Like it just kind of comes naturally, and like you're feeding off of each other's body language. You're like,
and it is so you're thinking about it, but like in the way that, like I've cooked a lot. I'm a pretty good cook, but like compared to a chef, I don't have like you could see it in the knife work.
Great analogy.
And so, yeah, and so basically what I'm saying is like sometimes, you know, the cuts are a little choppy and not quite even and a little all over the place, and it's fine. It's still going to be a pretty good meal. And other times you're like, oh, you've made a couple dishes, but you don't really cook. This sounds condescending, but...
Yeah, no, I get it. Like you go to cooking school and all you learn about is like how to get rid of salmonella, but you actually never slice and dice the dish. It's all theory, but no practice.
Or you get really good at making one meal because you've been making chicken française for the last 7 years because that's been the steady dependable dish, and now you're back out in the world. It turns out there's more than chicken française out there, which I love. That's a great dish.
I love Missionary. I think it is the Honda Civic, the Toyota Corolla of sex positions.
Missionary is so many great things.
It's my go-to.
So many great moves from Missionaries. So many great things. You get the legs involved, shoulders. shift up angles, get arch the back. There's a million great things you can do for missionary that are super fun. Like, this is not a shame on positions. You give a great chef 3 eggs, he'll make you an incredible meal.
Yeah, this is a shame on people who don't know how to have sex. No, I'm kidding.
No, yeah, it's honestly, it's more of my encouragement to treat sex like a skill and be sluttier.
If you're not good at sex, go kill yourself.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy. You can get better at it. It's not that difficult. You can get better. It's just the idea, like, people are like,
it
sex
gets better,
is a special thing. Yeah, it gets better if you're slutty. It does get better.
That's what Pride is all about. It gets better. Sweetie, I promise.
It's a lot of fucking at Pride. When you
Just
don't
have more sex.
A lot of people are learning how to get proper blowjobs at Pride. Are you kidding me?
Last Pride, I was, because I do like first aid on these like events. I saw a guy whose knees were bleeding, like pouring blood. Turns out he was giving blowjobs on fucking concrete for 4 hours straight. Why would you think that was a good fucking idea?
That guy is like a Buddhist monk of blowjobs. That's incredible.
Yeah, honestly, how zen are you to not feel any pain on your knees at that point?
I think this is exactly what we were talking about. If a part of your body's missing at the end of it, it might just be that good.
Like, if you've got a layer of skin that's already scraped off and you're still going, good for you.
They'll be like, can't you feel your knees? He's like, I can't feel my throat, honey.
Oh my god. Are you sure you're not gay, David? Yeah.
I grew up in I grew up religious, but then afterwards I went to public high school, and if you're a weird kid, you just end up with the art kids or the drug kids, and I was too weird. I was too innocent for the drug kids. So like, I was just in like queer art communities since I was like 13, 14. Like, I'm very comfortable. I like, it's in zero. I was in theater. I like, it's all this stuff. It's just, I have a great relationship with my mom. That's also probably, I'm pretty sassy. It's honestly, like I said,
you were gay in a past life then.
Yeah, but that would be funny if this was like, you know what, maybe it is. I figured it out today. Yeah, I'm just very comfortable and very sex positive, which will look the same for sure. I realize a lot of the toxic issues with men.
When did you find out you were straight then?
It's probably the same way you do. You were gay. You're like, it keeps happening. I can't.
When you look at the Planned Parenthood brochure, and then there's like the breast cancer thing, and then you're like, oh,
yeah, that's clicking into something here. Yeah, no, I mean, it's so weird because I was like completely desexualized for so long. Like, I was in a religious school from 3 to 13, and then in public high school, I looked like a kid. Like, so no one had any reference point for me being like a person. I just came in, I was like mascotized. Yeah. So then it just, I don't know. Yeah. It's all a weird other aspect. It's all the weird othering. And then once you're othered in any way, you start, I call them gateway weirds. It's like once you break down one thing. Gateway weirds. Like, I LARPed for 10 years, live action role played, and it's like, that's why I learned about polyamory and kink.
Where's that American Pie installment? American Pie live action role play.
Fuck, I might actually write that.
Why the fuck not?
LARPers. Yeah,
as long as I get some credit.
Yeah, no, you're in. I have a script called LARP Quest that I've tried, but LARPers might be make it a summer camp.
Yeah, and if you get a nat 20, you're gonna get an orgasm. And only if you get a nat 20.
Juggle them dice, please. Roll them dice.
But like, if you roll with disadvantage, then sorry, bud, you're stuck with oral stuff.
I like that in this situation, you're still getting laid no matter what.
Just not the ones that you want. I'm going off of that episode in Community where Annie is like sticking fingers. Oh, no, 4 fingers.
You can only find it on Amazon and Hulu.
Oh, that was such a good episode.
Oh, it's great.
I have tried sleeping with a D&D player using dice for sex.
That guy.
I kept getting like low numbers. I'm like, fuck, god damn it. They were really into it too.
That's what I love about Dungeons and Dragons is it's creative. You got to be creative. So if you're just rolling a bunch of roll numbers, you got to just roll something and be like that you want to lose. And now I dominate you. Whoops, I rolled low. I guess you dominate me.
Everyone wins.
Well, I was going to say the one last thing about LARPing and everything. The fun thing about that is it taught me about polyamory and kink, because turns out those guys are just the same weirdos.
You know what? No, when I think about it, it's like the nerdiest people can be the kinkiest people. Because our imaginations go fucking off the rails.
It's also, if things don't work out for you, you have to start thinking of other options. And if you start training that part of your brain, you start going, well, what else? Well, why? Why does it have to just be missionary sex? Even if it's such a reliable Volvo station wagon of a position, like, what else can we do from here?
Say Volvo because it runs at Volvo?
I didn't, but it worked. So I did on purpose.
Well, that's amazing. So, while we're on the topic of games, you mind if I beta test a game with you here on the show?
Yeah. We prefer to alpha test. I'm very strong. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm very macho, straight,
Sigma test.
Oh my god! So I am very much a fan of the Home and Gardening television network.
Okay.
For someone that doesn't own an H or a G. And I'm also a big fan of gay porn. Now,
This checks out.
something I noticed. Yeah, that tracks, right? Something I noticed was that there seems to be a little bit of a Venn diagram when it comes to HGTV titles and gay porn titles. And you're going to notice this very, very
Either way,
quickly.
it's about getting onto that back
So,
lawn.
I need some coke in my dick.
So you're gonna name one. I have to guess which one's which.
That's right, because this game is called Home or Homo. So if you think it's HGTV, just say home. If you think it's gay porn, say homo. Easiest one off the bat, property virgins.
Home.
Home, yeah, right? It was really easy. And then how about this one? Homes on homes.
I'm gonna guess just homo.
It's still HGTV.
Homes on homes.
Yeah, Mike Holmes, the contractor.
Oh no! All right.
Here's where it gets a little bit more difficult, because I just started to notice this. What do you think about the title Good Bones?
Oh, it could really be either. Oh, it really oh my god. Yeah, was this the one that started it off?
That's where I started it from, and I was like, wait.
Good bones. Well, now I have to guess, were you watching TV or jerking off when you came up with this game?
I could be doing both.
Yeah, fair. I'm gonna get Good Bones came on both the TV and your phone at the same time.
It could be both.
I'm gonna go with homo.
No, it's home.
God damn.
Yeah, it's HGTV. Because that's a home term where this place got good bones.
Yeah, I know. I do know it's a term for it too. I guess it would be good bone.
Yeah, right? No, but it's good bones. Okay, so this next one is called Drill Bill.
All right, homo.
Yeah, okay, you actually got that one right.
Yeah. I do like Drill Bill though.
Yeah, that was a little on the nose.
I like that it's a Tarantino parody though.
It's like where Uma Thurman is supposed to be. It's just some shirtless guy with a drill.
Yeah.
I mean, Rule 37, if it exists, there's a porn of it, right?
34.
All right, this one, 34. Sorry, Again, gay
Once
or
again,
smart?
dumb idiot. Yeah.
Not
gay idiot. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's
Dumb
you're a dumb
homo.
idiot.
Dumb homo. I don't claim to be smart in any sense of the word. This next one is called Jason's Crew.
Oh, I want that to be a home network show, but that's homo.
You got it. It is definitely gay. Lots of twinks in this.
It's a whole crew of them.
Yeah, it's a whole crew. And they all belong to Jason. So, if the title didn't give the plot away. So, last one I'll give to you is called Gut Job.
Oh, man. God. I'm going to guess Home and Garden.
Yep, that's it.
Go cut.
It's definitely HGTV. It makes me think, who the fuck is on the board naming all of this?
I think it's literally though. It's it's pluralizing or unpluralizing it because guts job is a porn.
Right. But, you know, it's like gut, you rearrange my guts, and there's job, the obvious, like, blow job, so gut job.
No, I was like...
It could have gone either way.
Yeah, your fucking guts. Like deep in there is the... Yeah. You're in there so far, it's not a hand job, it's not a blow job, it's a gut job, because it's all the way in. This is gross. This is the grossest thing we're talking about. This is that part where I'm talking about being too sex positive.
Don't be afraid to get too gross. There's no such thing as too gross.
No, I know that, but you have to say it. Otherwise, people think it's too gross. But if you say it, they go, "No, it's not too gross, Dave."
Oh God. Yeah, people know how unserious this is. My show is literal garbage. I apologize to my listeners if they get chlamydia in their ears from listening to this. What the fuck ever.
You know, you can't. A lot of people think you can get that, but.
But I'll prove you otherwise. No, please.
I have your condoms on right now.
What's a condom?
We get it. You're part of the new gays.
Listen, I'm 30 years old. I'm like graying at the facial hair. That is daddy territory. It's getting there.
Oh man, just two of your 50-year-old listeners just felt horrific as you said that.
My two geriatric listeners.
Don't call 50-year-olds geriatrics. Jesus, you guys have healthcare up
there. Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, that's totally unfair of me to call 50-year-olds geriatric. I slept with an 80-year-old guy when I was 20.
What? Okay, how did that happen?
Oh, I was an escort from 19 to 23.
Yeah, that'll do it.
They're attracted to the tight little Asian body. Looks like a schoolboy.
Yeah, so the phrase "you couldn't do that if you paid me" did not apply for this situation of having sex with an 8-year-old.
No, yeah, I'll do it if you pay me more. Yep. Yeah. Exactly. He ended up writing me in his will, which is great.
Wow. Does he even
fell in love with me?
I mean, he's 80. What was he supposed to do? Have a like?
He croaked.
During?
The guy croaked. Yeah, during. Imagine how good my asshole is for him to pass out during. That's the best way to die. Orgasm and then like pass out. You literally come and go.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Horrifying for the person who it happens to.
Yeah. It was. I've seen some really messed up cum faces. They've given me nightmares. Not great.
I'm surprised you still like missionary after that. You're like, no, doggy, please. I don't want to see anything.
Yeah, I know. One of the funniest tweets I've ever read about sex positions came from Tig Notaro, and she tweeted, women on top should fuck in forward-facing cowgirl because women should face their problems.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that'll do it.
Face it head on.
Oh my god. Yeah. Head on. Funny.
I will say just real quick, Tig Notaro famously does not run her own Twitter, although maybe she does now. Does she now? She doesn't run it. So no. She like doesn't. She used to have guest people run it. That was like a thing you could like run. Like a lot of my friends have run Tig Notaro's Twitter for a day.
Yeah, her entire Twitter feed is fucking amazing. Still, good for her. Good for anyone that gets the privilege of running her Twitter. I think she's funny. And I also think that, David, you're funny. And I hope that my audience finds you funny, because I do. And they listen to my word as gospel. So before we wrap up here, and I never wrap anything up.
Yeah, this covered. They're not covered.
Do you have anything going on that you want to plug, like a butt plug?
Yes, I would love to just put all these things right up your butthole. So I have the podcast Tinder Tales, but that's been defunct now. I stopped doing that, partially due to the pandemic, and I did it for 5 years. And so if you want to hear about all the crazy dating stories, that's probably pretty similar to this. Yeah, so that one exists, and then there's Bottle Episodes, which is my show all about the best of terrible television. So if you want to watch bad TV with us, we watch all sorts of bad shows. Like, have you ever heard of Cop Rock, Tim?
Yep.
Yeah, so we've like covered Cop Rock and shows like Insatiable. Insatiable, I really like. It's bad. It's very bad, but I really enjoy it, and it burns through plot like a motherfucker.
I love when a show is so bad it's good.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're covering. We're covering shows like that, just shows that have been super poorly maligned in one way or another, and some of them are just so bad they're bad, and they really hurt us to watch. Viva Laughlin. There's a show that Hugh Jackman tried to make post like getting famous as Wolverine. That's a remake of a British musical show where they just sing over popular songs during the show. It's called Viva Laughlin. You can only find it on YouTube because there are only 2 episodes of it, and Hugh Jackman sings "Sympathy for the Devil" in it.
That sounds horrendous.
So that's the other podcast. We just get into all the bad TV, and then I have a comedy special out called Goblin King on YouTube. So if you want to hear that STD bit or other jokes that I do, that's on YouTube. Goblin King. I'm the other Goblin King, David. So Goblin King comedy. Usually I show up, and DPIC comedy. Lit Grandma 69 on TikTok. Great. I think that's everything.
Perfect. And if anyone missed that, that's going to be in the show notes. I can't wait for bottle episodes to take down The Idol by the weekend.
We're waiting till it has to get off the air first. That's our only, but God, it's bad. It's very bad. Oh, man. It really makes you appreciate Zendaya, like, because she's the only reason Euphoria works. No, everybody else in that cast is also great, but, like, Zendaya anchors that show in a way that, turns out if you don't have actors, you just see all the style, no substance, and a lot of sexual abuse.
Oh my God, yeah. She's like, she's gonna get a bad back from carrying that show on her shoulders. Like, good for her, American hero.
I thought you were talking about Lily Rose Depp, who's going to get a bad STD from all the a bad UTI from all this terrible sex she's having with The Weeknd.
No, yuck. Not enough cranberry juice in the world could help with that.
The Idol's so bad it might hurt Weeknd's music career, and that's pretty funny.
Oh my God. Weeknd, I supported you when you were here in Toronto, just starting out in the small venues, and now I'm back at square one. I can't save you from this Idol mess.
You can't trust Canadian rap dorks. Drake, The Weeknd.
Yeah. And Justin Bieber's wannabe hip hop career.
Yeah.
Not happening. So, anyways, David, thanks so much for joining me on the show. You're fucking amazing.
Oh, Tim, thank you for having me.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, if you ever decide to play for my team, you know how to find me.
You're on the list now.
You want a great blowjob, an excellent blowjob, you get it from me.
That's been my problem. That's been my issue. I'm just...
Yeah. Just blindfold yourself and pretend I'm like Megan Fox. You'll be okay.
First of all, that's every gay guy's picture of who they think a hot lady is. And that's the thing. If someone says their favorite hot lady is Megan Fox, they're probably gay. Because she's hot. She's super hot, but she is generically hot. She is like, she's the answer you pick if you don't have an actual preference.
She's the go-to like hot lady, or Kim Kardashian or something, or whoever else is very much like created in a lab.
They're incredibly hot, yeah, but like then until you get like I was trying to think of who any of mine were from like they're all TV people, but like Community, like Alison Brie.
Alison Brie.
Yeah, but that's a more specific, that's a type anyway.
If you ever want a blowjob and you're like, hey, I should contact him, just imagine I'm Alison Brie.
Yeah, I'm into redheads, so.
And I'm currently a redhead now.
That was the joke.
God. Okay, we really gotta wrap this up. But fuck. Thank you so much, David, and to all you listeners out there who made it this far into this chaotic fucking conversation. Thanks so much for listening to another episode of the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, click on OnlyFans. Probably David may have one.
I've thought about getting one, but the way I would do it, I'm telling you, if there's a tailor who wants to make dick-sized clothing, I will reenact scenes from movies using my penis. I will totally do it. I just don't have the. I 100% will do that. I will make that OnlyFans in a heartbeat. First scene is Lord of the Rings. It's too complicated, but I want it to happen.
As a hobbit?
Oh. Gandalf is the ball. Gandalf. You shall not pass.
You shall not come.
You shall not penis.
That's so stupid. I almost want to see that. Like the opening of the latest Jackass movie where he dresses up his dick like a Godzilla thing. Oh my god.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's great.
But I will absolutely do that if anyone wants to make clothes.
Fitting for your name, D-Pick.
Oh, yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone. This has gone on way too long. Thanks, and I'll see you at the next episode. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to the Sex Ed with Tim podcast. Sex Ed with Tim is created and produced by me, Tim Lagman. Music is Aces High by Kevin MacLeod. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at GaySlutClown and at Sex Ed with Tim. You can also like and follow me on the Sex Ed with Tim Facebook page. If you enjoyed the show, please rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Thanks for all your support, you dirty little slut. Mwah.